Good morning, students. Today we will try to understand the characteristics of chemical reactions in detail. First one is evolution of a gas. Now, what do I mean by evolution? Evolution means release of gas. So, this is one of the characteristic of a chemical reaction. Gas evolved may be odorless or have a peculiar odor. It means the gas that is evolved or released during a chemical reaction might not have a smell, or it might have a peculiar odor. It means the product that is being produced might have a smell like a rotten egg, or sometimes it can be aromatic. That means it can smell really good. The evolved gas can be seen as bubbles formed in the liquid. This bubbling is called effervescence. So the gas that is evolved during the reaction can be seen as bubbles in the liquid, and this is nothing but the effervescence. Change in color. Color change takes place due to the formation of a new substance. When the reactants combine, we know it forms a product. So the reactant might have a different color, and the product that is formed might have a different color. So this also tells us that chemical reaction has taken place. Absorption or evolution of heat. Energy is released and sometimes energy is absorbed by the reactants during a chemical reaction. When a reaction is happening, it needs some energy. Okay, that energy is used to carry out this chemical reaction or for the product to be formed. The energy can be absorbed or the energy can be released. Depending on the absorption or evolution of heat, chemical reactions can be classified as exothermic reaction. Exo means it is released outside. Exo means outside. Thermic means heat. So the heat is released outside. During this particular reaction, the heat is released. Carbon combines with oxygen to form carbon dioxide, and heat energy is being released. Whenever the heat energy is being released, we use this symbol plus over here. This is with respect to exothermic reaction. Next, moving on to endothermic reaction. Sodium carbonate, or it is also known as baking soda, when it is heated, it gives rise to sodium carbonate, water, carbon dioxide, and heat is being absorbed. When heat is being absorbed, we see that minus sign is being written. So during this reaction, we see that the heat is being absorbed. And the thing is, how can we find out that heat is being released or absorbed? Now, when you're carrying out these processes in a test tube, the test tube will be warm when exothermic reactions are happening. Because since the heat is being released outside, the test tubes will be hot. Whereas endothermic reaction, the test tubes will be cold because the heat is being absorbed. So this way we can find out whether it's an exothermic or an endothermic reaction. Change in physical state. Now, when I say physical state, it is nothing but the solid, liquid and gas. The physical state of a product and reactant might be different. Example, H2 plus O2. These two are gas molecules and they are combined in presence of electricity to give rise to water, which is a liquid. So here the properties, the physical state of a reactant as well as a product is entirely different. Formation of precipitates. Now let's try to understand what is this precipitate. When solutions of two chemical compounds are mixed together, an insoluble solid substance is formed. Precipitate is nothing but an insoluble solid substance. When calcium hydroxide combines with carbon dioxide, it forms calcium carbonate and gives rise to water. Now this calcium carbonate, what is formed over here is an insoluble solid substance, or it is a precipitate. A white precipitate is being formed. Very important concept. You might be asked for 1 mark, what is a precipitate? It is nothing but it's an insoluble solid substance.